Today we have the Reebok Pump Omni Zone 2, which is the remake of an OG basketball shoe that became really popular in 1991 when D. Brown did the no-look dunk in a dunk contest. He beat out Shawn Kemp, which is insane because that guy was a monster up above the rim. Also, back then, tuning into the dunk contest was one of the best events to watch in the NBA. So these shoes have a lot of history. With that said, let's get a closer look at the details. This is what the box looks like. Has Reebok and custom fit. Also the pump logo in the center. Real nice cutout as you can see. Nice colors of blue, white, and orange all the way around. Just gonna take a look at the box. Then the top says pump it up. This box screams 90s all the way. Nothing too fancy inside. And there we have it. One of the reasons I wanted to do a video on these shoes was because I grew up in the 90s and back then I was just a kid. So when these shoes came out, I saw them in an article and they were hand drawn, and I just thought it was real cool that you can pump up the shoes to make them fit better, even make you jump higher. That's what I thought back then. And I couldn't afford a pair like these, but when I saw these come out, I knew I had to cop them because just looking at them brings back a lot of memories. And I know a lot of you guys out there share the same story, so these are just pure classics. This is what the shoe looks like. This is the chalk colorway, and especially in this colorway you're going to get that real vintage look, especially with the off-white for the midsole and for the middle of the shoe. We can see the other side right there, right there. For the majority of the upper, you're going to have this real soft white leather all throughout, real premium look and feel, and it goes real well with the blue, the combination that the shoe has all throughout. You can see that blue right there with this mesh pattern to it, blue in the center. Also with the same theme for the TPU cage that we mentioned, it's going to have that off-white that's painted on, and also with the navy as well. And the purpose of this TPU plate is to hold the shoe structure in place and give it more stability when you're wearing it. Real nice logos. You can see that they're stitched right here for Reebok, and also says the pump. We can flip it around in the back and we see right there it says Hexalite. It's going to be an EVA midsole. This is what the bottom of the shoe looks like. It has that herringbone traction that you can see with a little bit of different colors. We have the yellow, the navy right here as well. And also we can see the Hexalite right here. That's why the back of the shoe says Hexalite. And this Hexalite is not going to be the same as the OG Hexalite. It's going to be more modern. It's going to look aesthetically different, but it's also going to be there for cushioning. And it makes sense because things improve over time. And what makes this shoe such a classic is the air system for the tongue. And all you have to do is press this small basketball, and it will keep filling up the tongue with some air. Then once you have your shoe on, you'll have a nice fitted and comfortable feel where you feel the shoe is secure. Then all you gotta do to release that air is press this button right here, and there you have it. A few more details for the cushioning of the shoe. For the collar, you are going to have a thick collar which gives nice support and cushioning, very comfortable. For the tongue, is going to be medium thickness, but once you pump up the tongue, it does get a lot more fuller, and it does add for the comfortability of the shoe. This shoe is going to have a long tongue, as you can see, and we pull back inside the shoe, you can see that it has some wings that comes with the tongue. This is what the insert looks like. Nice logo inside. I also want to add that these are some of the thinnest and softest shoelaces I have seen. So if you like thicker shoelaces, then you can just swap them out. One thing I didn't like about the shoe, and I like to keep it honest here with you guys, you know we always do that, is I didn't like the paint job they did on the TPU plate. If you get a close-up, we can see that it's not too clean, and you can feel the difference. Also, the paint didn't dry in time, and you can see that some particles got onto the TPU plate. And you can't take this off, because if you do, you might have some blue underneath. So that was a big turnoff for me. And you can see that on both sides. It's not too clean. Not too clean. And also the shoe came with a smudge mark around right here. And it kind of looked like an employee put a fingerprint. Maybe they were trying to pump up the shoe. And I really can't blame them, right? Because when you see a shoe come out like this, doesn't come out that often, you're probably going to want to do that. And we give credit where props is due. I used some EB kicks and it took it off no problem, that dirt and that oil. As you can tell, and this is what the other shoe looks like, and it does come with a little tag right here that says pump. We flip it around, it says Reebok. Introduced the pump technology in 1989. It produced the ultimate and custom fit and support system. Overall, this shoe does live up to the hype. It has a real vintage look to it. Both of the pumps work on my pair. It does come with a lot of cushioning, that trademark of those 90s shoes being big and bulky. It does get an A- like we mentioned, only for the weak paint job. But this shoe isn't going to be also the most comfortable because it's based off an OG shoe. With all that said, this would be a great shoe to have for your collection if you're looking for a shoe to remind you of the 90s. Doesn't get any better than this. This has been the Reebok Pump Omni Zone 2, and I'll catch you on the next one.